chief guest of today's function, Shri M.D. Nane Uncle, Chief Administrative Officer, Shri M.A. Ponacha, Principal of the institution, Dr. Remy Timaya, members of the faculty, non-teaching staff, parents, invitees, guests, and my dear outgoing students. All of you have assembled here today with a mixed feeling of happiness and sorrow. You all are happy because 3 years of your successful stay in this particular institution is coming to an end, and you will become full-fledged graduates. You all are sad because you are leaving behind your faculty and your junior students, and you are entering life. Maybe some of you will be taking up higher studies, some of you may be seeking employment, some of you may become self-employed and start your own business and industries, some of you may start your own startups and stand-ups, and when you move out of the campus, as Remy Madam has said, you may face challenges, get opportunities, and find ground realities which are drastically different from what you have learned in this institution. Sir Winston Churchill had said, some find difficulty in every opportunity and others find opportunity in every difficulty. Graduation marks the end of one stage and is the beginning of another. You all are entering life, as Remy Madam has said, at a very critical juncture in the history of our country. Students, once you pass out of this noble institution, you should not forget to turn back to the portals of your noble institution and say, we have lived here, we have had our education, we have lived here, enlarged our lives and character. A good student is not the one who has studied well, but one who is being taught well, just as Lord Krishna was to Arjuna. It is therefore essential that we teachers should not only of scholarship, but also of sympathy towards their students. Nothing is more satisfying to a teacher than to see his or her student excel in every walk of life once you pass out of your institution. Once you all pass out, I have requested the principal of this institution to set up an alumni association where all of you should become the members of the alumni association and contribute to your alma mater in whatever way you can. Swami Vivekananda had said, as long as India reels under poverty, illiteracy and unemployment, I hold every one of you responsible with whose money, at whose cost all of us are being educated and finally do nothing for the sake of the poor people of this country. So once, when you all pass out and take up jobs, give back to the institution, either in kind or in cash. Swami Vivekananda, when he was returning from his sojourn in the Western world, an Englishman asked him, I believe, Swamiji, how do you feel now going back to your mother country after spending 3 years in a powerful, glorious, prosperous and wealthy West? Swamiji shot back and said, when I came here to the Western world, I had only loved India. But when I go back, I love the very dust of India. I love the very air of India. The very water is Tirtha to me. And when he returned, he was immensely happy to be in his motherland. He touched the soil of his motherland. He achieved the soil of his motherland. He rolled on the soil of his motherland. Such are the examples of great people who have lived in this country. It is said the destiny of this great nation is shaped in our classrooms. Mrs. Indira Gandhi always used to tell that the destiny of this great nation is shaped in our classrooms. It is the level of education that determines the prosperity, welfare and security of its people. It is only the well-educated and learned who can make any nation militarily strong, economically sound, politically astute, culturally prosperous, above all spiritually affluent. Hard work, as Remy Madam was telling, honesty and humility will definitely get blessed by divinity. When dangerous tremors are making their way into the subsoil of the national life, it is only our character, our dedication, our discipline which can ensure the survival of freedom. Lord Buddha had always said, look not to others for refuge besides in yourselves. And the first and the foremost thing Swami Vivekananda taught his students was self-confidence. As Remy Madam was saying, have great confidence in yourselves. If you have confidence, you will become the creator of your own destiny. And Swamiji also said, strength is life and weakness is death. And all the strength and the succor you need is within yourselves, and thus make your own future. We are living in 21st century. 21st century is the most precious, non-renewable resource. If you allow it to pass by without doing anything commensurate with occasion, you will be regretting for the rest of your lives. On the other hand, rise to the occasion and do something befitting, which will be remembered by your children and their descendants for many years to come. India, where all of us are living, is the largest country in the subcontinent, which is also a great cause for concern. South Asia, we are all living in South Asia, has emerged as the poorest, the most illiterate, the most malnourished and the least gender-sensitive region of the world. 25% of all our school children drop out before they reach standard 5. When such is the case, you all are the most fortunate ones to have come here for higher education and thus help build human capital. What is human capital? It is a relevant and useful knowledge built up in the process of education and training. And what education has been imparted to you in this particular institution should enable all of you to fight against all kinds of evils which are rampant in this country. What are those evils? You have social evils, you have economic evils, you have political evils. Fight against all these evils. As Remy Madam was saying, parents invest time, care, emotions and resources in your children, thinking that you would reciprocate at a later stage when it is required. So all of you, will you all look after your parents when it is required? Who have invested so much in all of you? Would you do that? Okay. With globalization, the country, the state is facing more and more competition in trade and investment, and its workforce will have to be trained or equipped with a strong base in education and training, and also possess a range of generic skills including communications and thinking abilities. The mere graduation in commerce and in economics is not sufficient, or in management is not enough. You need to further specialize and complete your PG, that is post-graduation, or opt professional courses to get a decent job. There are a number of job-oriented courses after earning a bachelor's degree in commerce and in management. Masters in commerce, masters in business administration, masters in management, chartered accountancy, company secretary, cost and work accountancy, certified bank managers program, diploma in banking and services, certified financial planners, certificate course in project finance, international courses for commerce graduates, so on and so forth. A course in GST will also fetch you a job these days. What is GST? One-time tax. It's a single tax. It was implemented when? 2017, July 1st. Okay. Now, what kind of tax? Is it a direct tax or an indirect tax? No, it's an indirect tax. How can it be? Is it levied on your income? Is it levied on your disposable income? It is a goods and services tax. So it is an indirect tax. And it is a single tax. One tax, one nation. Today, commerce, business, accountancy, management and law are dynamic and exciting fields of study with practical applications. The finance sector reforms have thrown open a demand for a variety of professionally qualified and industry-ready professionals in management, banking, accountancy and finance sector. It is therefore essential that the business and the commerce students be prepared to function professionally in an increasingly complex, interdependent and dynamic economy. In recent years, arts is by far the most popular or accessible subject taken by 37.09%, followed by sciences 18.64%, commerce and management is 17.57%. And breakup, commerce is 14.4%, management is 1.97%. So students from the marginalized sections, sometimes they tend to settle down with easy and soft disciplines. They should be persuaded to take up hard and progressive disciplines so that social equity in higher education assumes importance. A holistic and a balanced approach is needed to target the underrepresented sections of the society so that no student who is eligible for higher education should be denied of higher education due to financial reasons. And this particular institution, as I understand from the principal, has been giving a variety of scholarships, free ships, fee concessions and whatnot. So please ask your brothers and sisters, your neighbors, your relations to come to this institution for higher studies. And our country has contributed substantially for the migration of engineers, doctors, professors, scientists to the advanced countries, adding to the affluence of the already affluent countries. You are making the rich countries more richer and richer because all our engineers, doctors, scientists are migrating to the advanced countries, the affluent countries. It is said Indian engineers and scientists comprise of 1 billion in US. The country spends so much of money on all of us. The country invests so much of money in making all of you a graduate. But once you get your degrees, you all are moving out. Migrating to the wealthy nation, adding to the affluence of the already affluent countries. So, we should prevent this brain drain. It is called as brain drain. We should prevent this brain drain by attracting the best teachers to the teaching profession, by giving them attractive pay scales, their workload, grant of academic leave, student-teacher ratio, etc., etc. When we are denied of something, we work for it, making the best of it, whatever we have, and find our own solutions, even if we are local, even if we are indigenous. Take for example, Dr. Varghese Kurian, who made India proud in the production of milk. Today, India is one of the leading producers of milk. Then the credit goes to Dr. Varghese Kurian, who made India proud in the production of milk. It is at an individual level. And at a country level, when we were denied the components and knowledge of a supercomputer, we built our own. And today, India is one of the leading manufacturers of computers, and we are exporting computers to other parts of the country, including computer knowledge. And today, jobs with fat salaries in IT, BT, and in banking sector is weeding away the most intelligent students. So the graduates should somehow regulate this trend so that the clear stream of knowledge does not get bogged down to serve a few mundane needs. Today, the most exploited sections of the society are we, the women, the children, the poor and the indigenous people. Their liberation is our immediate task. We have been living in centuries of atrocities, exploitations, wars, diseases, terrorist activities. What is the future for us? What is the future for us? We would like to build. It doesn't mean that we have to build a utopia or heaven. All of us want to live a joyful life on this good earth. So we have to put our heart, our soul, our imagination, our creativity and make this world worthy of living. And students, today you have the freedom to shape your future with knowledge, with courage and with confidence, and thus have a great future. And what education has been imparted to you in this particular institution should make all of you as humane human beings. In Kannada it is said, in in democracy, the people get the government they deserve. So, ಪ್ರಜಾಪ್ರಭುತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಜನತೆಗೆ ಯೋಗ್ಯವಾದ ಸರ್ಕಾರವನ್ನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗೆ ನೀವು ಜ್ಞಾನ ಪಿಪಾಸುಗಳಾಗಿ, ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕರಾಗಿ, ಪರಿಶ್ರಮಶೀಲರಾಗಿ, ವಿದ್ಯೆಯನ್ನು ಮುಳುಗುವ ನಕ್ಷತ್ರವನ್ನು ಮುಳುಗುವ ಹಾಗೆ ಬೆನ್ನಟ್ಟಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲದಿದ್ದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈ ತಪ್ಪಿ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮುಳುಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ನೀವು ಪರಿಶ್ರಮಶೀಲರಾಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಗುರುಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಪರಿಶ್ರಮಶೀಲರಾಗುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲದಿದ್ದರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ? ಬಣ್ಣ ಶಿಷ್ಯನಿಗೆ ಲೆಂಡಗಳು ಗಂಡು ಬೀಳ್ತಾರೆ. ವಿದ್ಯಾ ಜ್ಞಾನ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈಯಿಂದ ತಪ್ಪಿ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. So with these words, I wish every one of you a very bright future. All the best to all of you.